And thank you. Welcome to Perception. So we are recording these, and pretty soon if you miss a night, you should be able to go back to the website and watch the one you missed if you want to, or send your clients to them. If Thursdays aren't good for them and they want to watch them, they can at their own pace. So we're on perception tonight. And I want to just go a little bit over here to the whiteboard where the HHF is. I'm going to remind people, please don't be isolated. If you need energy, if you'll just send me a simple text, HHF, you don't even have to tell me what's going on. All we're going to do is I'm going to let a few of your buddies know, and we're going to send you energy just right now about whatever's happening for you. So don't be, don't be alarmed. It's not always it's something emotional. One time I got stranded in the gorge in a snowstorm with a flat tire. And I just ate steak chef because I couldn't even figure out how to get the tire lowered. I had to text my buddies in the community to walk me through it. And it was really nice to have a lot of energy sent because I just feel better in the moment. We got to get this, you guys. Do you really believe in energy? Because you either do or you don't. If you believe, if you want to be Christian, religious about it, you either believe in prayer and it works, or you don't. Okay. If you're, new age and you think about what your thoughts, when you think, it puts out a frequency. Okay. Just like a radio. Yeah. And when you send out a frequency, it's going to naturally go and find other frequencies that match that. So, which isn't so great if you're negative, because then you get a lot of negative frequencies coming back at you. And so that's why now I'm jumping to the bottom, and I'm going to say, when you catch yourself go into a negative perception, say it out loud, cancel that. And then say, what I really want to create is, and say the most positive thing you can think of. Okay. So I know Tanya practices cancel that, so I'm going to put her on the spot here. Give us an example recently of something that happened or you thought and you canceled it out, and what did you choose to reframe it with?
Last week I had a horse that had been sick, the pig that was getting sick, and another horse that was trying to colic on me. And I was standing in Pat's doorway and I said, "It's always something."
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, here we go. Yep, let's bring some more of this crap at me. And I went, no, cancel that. Everyone in the barn is healthy.
Okay, thank you. That's a great example. I myself had one today too. We have these quarterly meetings with Kelton's caseworker and a behavioral analyst. Okay. And probably Suzanne understands this the best, but they come and then we go over the goals for Kelton and what's been happening. And while I was speaking out loud, I caught myself. I put some new linoleum in Kelton's bathroom because I'm trying to improve it, do some things. And he took his titanium scissors and is cutting it into little pieces like he does all of his other,
Oh no.
yeah, all his other garbage. And, and I was telling the lady about it, and I was like, I noticed my tone was a little pissy. So I go, cancel that. If that's the worst thing that Kelton ever does, is it's his bathroom. If he doesn't want linoleum on the floor, he can cut it. And she laughed at me. She goes, "Oh, that's a really positive way to look at it."
Yeah.
So I just canceled it out, and I said it is his bathroom. And maybe instead of assuming he wanted linoleum and not concrete on his, I could have said, "Kelton, you know, and maybe if I'd included him in the process of picking it out and then laying it down, which I'll try next time if we decide to do something like that, I'll do it differently. And that's how managing, how you perceive the everyday life things. Okay. The universal 2x4 are reminders saying, hey, snap out of it. Okay. Have you ever had an interaction with someone? You're talking, then later you go, oh, I wish I would have handled that better. Has anybody ever done that?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Good. I'm really glad
Yes,
I'm really glad I'm not the
All
only
the time.
I'm,
Yeah.
this
Okay.
is, this is Margie. I'm
Hi,
back in
Margie.
class.
Yeah.
I
So
have missed
my
the last
idea
several
about what's
weeks.
going on with the class is that as we study perception and as we're going along,
Mhm.
we want to really be able to put it to use. And what I mean by that is nitty gritty every day in your life. When you catch yourself having a negative perception of anything,
Mhm.
you do want to shift it right then. And cancel that is the tool and skill that you can go, oh, cancel that. Okay, I want to do this. And we have the pay attention inside now to remind you if you are in pain, pay attention to it. Try not to, you know, just power through things and ignore them. Because I think your body is trying to tell you something. So
Yes.
yeah, those are the things that I wanted to go over on the whiteboard before we went along. And welcome everybody. I see that Margie came on. Hi, Margie.
I missed several weeks because I was in a choir and we rehearsed every Thursday night.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're in a choir. That's cool.
That was really good for me. Really,
Yeah.
really good for me.
Welcome, Nicole and Kevin. If you're there too, you guys are welcome. Welcome. Hi. Glad to see ya. Marion, good job. Glad you made it on. You're such a traveling person. And Maria's on. That's really great. So as we think about perception and what is going on in our lives, it's really exciting to study it as a law. Because if you get more conscious, there's a saying that says you cannot enlighten the unconscious. Okay? You have to get conscious about it. So if you, especially if you're having what I call relationship, meaning you have something bad happened with a person in your relationship, it's like in feng shui, they do adjustments. You do something nice for that person, or you think something nice. You know, maybe they won't talk to you or whatever the problem is, but you inside of you, how you can energetically do something is to think differently about them instead of having a bad taste in your mouth, so to speak, about them. So I have a little homework thing for you as an exercise. Anybody that you have any kind of relationship problems with, okay, I'm going to make a suggestion that you get an object that represents either communication or love, okay, something, and that you hold that object. And if you're a pray person, you can pray over it. If you're an energy person, put into that object and say that person's name out loud at least 3 times so that the energy knows where to go. For a lot of,
Can I ask a question?
sure.
Well, I had a bad week this last week because my husband died 3 years ago on Saturday. And 3 or 4 days before it was supposed to be his anniversary, I was just horribly crying all the time. And after that, and the day of, and I didn't know how to get through it. And I was just a mess. And today I'm on the phone talking to you, but I've been doing a little better. I'm not crying as
Yeah.
much. But
Well,
I'm
I
just
would
wondering how to
suggest,
get through that.
Margie, listen, I would suggest that you get a picture of him and you hold it in your hands and do exactly what I'm saying, what I'm suggesting. Send him positive energy instead of thinking of him and crying. That's not what he's going to want. He's somewhere wanting you to be happy. And he has a bigger perspective now. You don't, because you're still in earth life. You're in earth school or whatever we call that. So I'm just going to suggest that you hold this picture and you think of all the fun times you had, the very best experiences. Maybe it's vacations or, times you really felt connected and loved. So hold that and think of the good things. Okay. And it's okay because
Okay.
happy tears are good. That's great.
Okay.
Alan, I'm going to have you go ahead and put on our slide presentation. There's a couple on here that I have a visual.
It says
Okay.
I'm leaving the meeting. What's happened to my screen?
I don't know. Alan, you can help Margie do it.
Oh,
Can you help me know what to do? All of a sudden it says leaving the meeting on a red line. And then it says a X on the bottom, cancel, what do I do?
just cancel.
Cancel?
Uh-huh.
Oh, great. I'm back together.
Okay, let's move
That was
forward.
easy.
We don't have much time, so I really want to move.
Okay,
All
let's do
right.
this.
Go back, Alan. Okay, the slides in this presentation were put together by a technician in Hawaii named Julia Fairchild. And I always like to acknowledge her because she did each one a presentation, a whole slide PowerPoint on each principle. And if you guys want to contact myself or Alan, we can send those to you. And you can use them in your own classes, or if you just want to study them yourself. So go ahead and go to the next slide. I love this picture because she's holding up a mirror, okay? That which we image in is based on our predisposed conditioning, memories, assumption, experiences, and beliefs, and upon what we are able to entertain as our possible reality. So some people would look at that mirror, they'd look at that picture and they'd go, ooh, that looks kind of spooky. Okay. They could go to a perception of misty, ooh, maybe there's ghosts, whatever. Another person would go to that and go, ooh, that's early morning. That's that sun before the leaves have come on. And it could be a really positive thing. So we literally, when we look out into the world, we see what is inside of us. If you're always seeing negative, you want to pay attention to that. Go ahead and switch it. Okay, so let's study this picture for a minute. What do you see? Do you see a cowboy on a horse coming towards you or going away from you?
Coming towards me.
Coming
away.
towards you. See, to me, it looks like it's going away. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
see it both ways.
Yeah.
But
So
it depends where I focus. Focus on the front or the middle. I see one thing. Focus on the tail of the horse. I see something different.
yeah. Well, isn't that a lesson right there?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Whatever you focus on,
Oh, you focus
that's
on the
what
tail
you're
and it's
going
going
to
away.
see. Yeah. And just know that it doesn't matter. It's not good or bad, whether it's the cowboys going away or the cowboys coming towards you. The point is, there's always another way to see it. There's always, no matter what's going on in your life, you can go into pain and victim and boo-hoo, or you can take a deep breath and say, hey, I can do hard things. Okay. As soon as you're able to, think as positive and give yourself those positive affirmations instead of your thoughts are so powerful and how you perceive those thoughts. Okay. And whether you're coming or going is not the point. The point is, wow, how can I see this differently? If you're really it's really hurting you and it's really bad, ask yourself that question. How could I see what's happening differently? And even if you decide, hey, if my husband died 3 years ago, like Margie was telling us, the body remembers. So I'm just going to cry. That's okay. It's okay because the body has a memory of that, feels bad about that. And as soon as you can, think fun things about your husband. Think what did work instead of what didn't work. Okay, go ahead and switch it.
Can I share a story, Linnell?
You betcha.
When I was younger, I think I was about 11 or 12, but my younger brother and my youngest sister, they would always argue because my brother would nitpick at her and call her names and just say rude things to her just to get her attention or whatever. So I told her, I said, whenever he say that to you, you do these things like say, "Oh, thank you for thinking of me," or just say something positive, reframe everything that he was saying. "Oh, you concerned about my hair, or you concerned about this?" And after a while, they became friends because she started saying, reframing whatever he was saying that he thought it was negative. He kind of put on brakes, like what's going on here? So that was just very amazing. And I
Isn't
thought
that
of that when I was
great?
younger. Yeah, so
I
they
love
became good
that.
friends after that.
Oh, wow.
That's perfect. Yeah. All right. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. I really appreciate you. As you look at these two giraffes, until a perception we hold subconsciously is challenged, we may be unaware that it is our perception. We're going to interpret it as knowledge. Nope, that's a fact. Okay. And until you start to ask yourself, hey, is there another way to perceive this, to see this? You'll be in like a blind spot about what to do because you're not enlightening your unconscious. You have to ask the question. Okay. A lot of the Zen people and Buddhists, they believe that you live in the question. Okay. Always ask the question because what feels like a bad thing today might be a really positive thing tomorrow. Okay. You just don't know yet that, oh, I'll tell you, I had a really good friend years ago and she broke her arm. Okay. And she'd been trying to find the love of her life forever. She'd been praying about it. She'd been putting it out there. And then she broke her arm. So I took her to the emergency room, what they do and all that. Anyway, the guy who set her arm and she ended up marrying. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So if she hadn't have broke her arm, she might, we laugh about it now. We're like, oh, good thing I broke my arm,
Yeah.
That's
but
pretty
at the
cool.
time, it was a really bad thing, all this stuff was going to happen. She wasn't going to be able to drive. She wasn't going to be able to do this and that. But you know what? Later, now she's like, I'm so glad I broke my arm.
That was a good
Yeah.
trade.
Yeah, I never would have met him. So try to, when something happens, it might not be that you're going to meet Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, but it might be, wow, maybe I'm going to meet a person that I really need to, is important for my future that I don't even know yet. Okay. All right, go ahead and shift it. This one is so funny. It's kind of rude, but
Oh,
perceptions of which we are unaware can cause pain in our lives, which is our first clue to look for the hidden messages, patterns, and discords. Whatever causes us discomfort is a message to look for the misperception about what is real. And I hope this picture is making you laugh. It makes me laugh. I feel like it's something that might happen to me. And what can we do to bring our lives back into focus and balance? She's looking for her puppy. And it's with her all the time. Okay.
oh.
So when I saw that, I really laughed at Julia because I called her and I said, that one picture in perception where she sat on her puppy and it's kind of, she
Wedged.
goes, she started laughing. She goes, yeah. I go, that could trigger some people really bad. She goes, well, that's good. They have rapid eye. So I just laughed my head off. I just thought, oh, well, I could look at that and worry about what other people are going to think. So I didn't take the picture out because I don't want to be that way. And we all need to laugh at ourselves. Okay.
Yeah.
I had a friend who used to say, I'm worried I'm getting so fat that a small animal is going to get caught under one of my rolls and die and I'll start smelling. And I said, cancel that.
Careful.
Okay, that's not gonna happen.
Oh,
That's just your mind really getting to you. So, and those of you that are skinny, you can't relate. You just you don't know what it's like to try to deal with that, but we're gonna laugh at ourselves. So go ahead, Swift. All right, your perception of me is a reflection of you. All right, so what do you see when you look out into the world? How many of you meet more mean people than nice people?
that's nice people.
Most people, you meet more nice people?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's a reflection of you. Okay.
Honestly, I'm easygoing guy. You know me, Linnell.
Yeah. So we're gonna meet people that are like us. Now that's not so great if you have a lot of bad habits. Okay. It's like if you tend to steal or you're a thief. I'm using extreme so nobody takes anything personal. But you kind of will tend to meet a lot of times. Did you know that thieves get stolen from?
Mm-hmm.
They get their cars broken in more. They get, all kinds of things going on there. So I would suggest, for instance, if you have a drug problem, you probably don't want to hang out with your friends that you do drugs with if you're trying to go into recovery.
Yeah.
If you don't care and you still want to continue in what you've always done, you're going to continue to get what you've always gotten. And unless you have perfect results in your life, you might want to slow that down. Stop doing things that aren't good for you and that gave you the results that you currently have. Get a different perception. Go ahead, switch it. All right, purpose. To show that our filters, past experiences affect our perception. You'll have to fight this. All of us will, the rest of our lives, because we're going to naturally go to the negative. We were born in a veil of tears. And what that means to me is it's natural and human to go into fear first. Now, the good part of that is it keeps you from walking in front of a Mack truck, right? That's
Yeah.
great. Okay. But if it keeps you from never going out of your house because you might get hit by a Mack truck, it's not serving you. So we see our world through the emotional glasses we wear. This process allows you to use your imagination and expand your perceptions. Okay. So imagine that you could have colored glasses. Okay. And let's say that the swampy green colored glasses, when you put those on, that represents fear, feeling unworthy, feeling shame. Okay. And as you look out through that colored glasses, everything that happens and everything that you see, it even changes the color of the sky. It changes the color of the plants. People's skin, they're going to look more scary. Okay. All of that. Okay. And then take that pair off and put on a pair of rose colored glasses that represent love and gratitude, and everything. Everybody's skin looks brighter. The sky is beautiful. Okay. And it gives you all these feelings. Got it? Now, what if you took off all the glasses and you just wanted to use 20/20 vision and say, I really want to see things as they are. Okay. I want to see how blue the sky is. I'm not going to just decide the sky is blue. Okay. Because sometimes the sky is gray. Sometimes in a sunset, it's orange. Okay. So your perception, the point of this little exercise is that your perception colors everything you see. Your emotions color it. Are there times in your life that it'd be good to wear emotional glasses? You bet. When you're trying to be positive, there's something negative going on. Okay. How do you train yourselves to see the world with 20/20 vision? Affirmations are one way. Questions are another. How can I see this differently? You guys have any thoughts on that? How do you train yourself to see the world as it is, not how you think it is? Anybody got something?
Well, you're driving on the road and somebody maybe cuts you off, and who knows, they maybe have a wife that's about ready to give birth, and you don't know that, but it certainly
Right,
changes
he's on
if
the way
you,
to the hospital. Yeah, like, that's why they might be, that's a good one.
You want to try to, well, the life of deception or perspection, then, I went on this phase one time that I felt myself every time that I'd fall asleep that I was like, I don't know how many of you guys have ever watched The Matrix, and I felt myself in a parallel world and where I couldn't control anything, which was way weird.
What did
And
you learn?
what do I learn? How to train your own mind.
Good job. You do have a choice to think about what you're going to see and how you're going to feel about it.
You
Yes,
have
one
to
of the
train your own mind.
Yeah.
Marilyn, love to talk with you a little bit later if that's possible.
Okay, go ahead. Was that Suzanne? Did you want to say something?
I said you have to think of maybe when you wake up in the morning, every blessing you've been given, gratitude. I think that understanding how blessed I am and everything that I have been given, my children, my relationships with them, it just makes me see the world in a positive way.
Cool. That's great. I love it.
So Linnell, one of the things that I have found myself paying attention more is I may be working out in the garden. I may be driving down the road. I may be taking an errand or saying hello to someone. And I will find that when I take a deeper breath and take stock of, pay attention to what am I feeling or going through in the moment, it is amazing how stabilizing that is. It's very grounding. And I'll take an extra deep breath, take another look around, even before I step into the post office, even before I go into the store. And I think all it takes is for me to take that one extra breath.
That's right.
And I have really come to rely on that because we are in a flow of new energy and expanding energy and changing all the time.
Yes.
And man, I have benefited from taking a moment, taking an extra breath, and choosing in that moment. Am I going through those post office stores anticipating something, kind of curious?
Right.
I'll set a little goal for myself. Hey, remember to ask if there's any new stamps, or something tangible, right?
Yes.
And then other times it's literally it's an attitude adjustment. So, and I think of the story where the little boy goes into the horse stall and he's just shoveling through all the poop laying around. Tanya, your stalls never have this much poop in them, right?
No.
But the little guy is so excited because he says, with all this poop in here, there's got to be a pony somewhere, and he's digging more.
That's great. My girlfriend and I, we were years ago going through a training called Impact. And for a little while after that, we'd go before we went in the grocery store, we'd say, okay, we're going to change somebody's life. Okay. We would each try to do that. And instead of just going in there and talking to each other the whole time, we would go off. She would go her way and I would go mine. And we would actually consciously look to make a difference in somebody's life. Say something when they hadn't heard anything good, maybe for a long time, and do that. And that was really fun. I learned so much that each one of us, even if we're in the grocery store, even if we're at the dinner table, even if we're at the gym, doesn't matter where we are, you make a difference, even if you don't talk to anybody. did you know that there are people who sit home on their couch and they meditate for the more positive things on the planet to happen? Okay. And they join groups that say, hey, next Tuesday at 4 p.m., this time zone, everybody, we're going to join together and meditate and send love or think of a positive thing, bring more energy to a specific thing. Okay. I know there's a lot on for Gaza right now, that
Yes.
the children get food. Okay. And yeah, Alan.
Ann Brown just has a question. Is just
Oh yeah, go right ahead, Maria.
No, I just had a comment. I think you covered it very well. Is that for me, when I recognize that there is a choice point and that I'm totally at choice
Yes.
and I get to act instead of react, but just knowing that I do have a choice and being conscious of that has allowed me to act on that more frequently.
Oh, I love it. Thank you. Thanks for getting through, no matter what you had to do. I love it.
I wanted to say that I really like what Marion said about the going to the post office, or it's kind of like you syncing your energy or you syncing their energy to yours. And I really, really like that. I'll be more conscious of doing that. So one of the things that I do to kind of to reframe, well, anyway, I like to, like, I make jewelry, so I have a ring on, and then somewhere in that day my spirit tells me who to give it to and who to give a message to, and I really like that, and I always find someone to give it to. It just be the perfect moment.
Oh yeah, and you know what? It really shocks people, especially strangers. If you
Yes.
give them something and say, I'm giving you this because, it makes it's profound. I've
oh, it
had that
is.
happen to me before, and it's really, I'm like, oh my gosh. And it was at church actually, and a really elderly gentleman came up and he handed me this, it was kind of a big ring. It was green with, diamonds around it. I could tell they weren't real. It was like a costume jewelry thing. But he said, you know what? My late wife loved this ring, and the dress you're wearing today just goes with it perfectly. I want you to have this ring. And I said, oh, Larry, I don't want to take your wife's ring. And he said, please do. I would consider it, a compliment. So to this day, if I'm going to church, I put on that ring. It
I
doesn't
had
even
a
have to match my dress, but I do it because it's a memory. It's a memory for me. So
I'm really glad
John,
you
Linnell.
spoke. Oh, sorry.
No, I just wanted to say something. This is Margie. I don't know. Is my picture coming up so you can see?
We can
your
see
name
your
is-
name, Margie. Go
Oh,
ahead. Your picture's
don't-
not there, but your name.
I don't know how to put my picture on here.
No worry.
Anyway, what made me think of, because I've been having these days where I've been crying, and I walked around the block. This was like even a week ago. I maybe 2 weeks ago, and I've had these spurts, and I walked around the door, the block, and I went to this lady that was sitting in a wheelchair, and she had actually been my visiting teaching partner for a long time, and we were friends, but I didn't get to see her much anymore because the wards had been divided, and we're in a different ward now, and so I just walked up to talk to her, and as soon as I talked to her, because she was my friend, I started crying. I just cried and cried and cried, and she said, "Oh, don't cry." She says, "I have something for you." Makes me think of what you're saying.
uh-huh.
And she said, "I have something for you." And she handed me this little keychain that can go on my keychain. And it had an angel on it. And she says, "I want you to know there's an angel that's going to be with you all the time." And it's probably your husband, and maybe it'll be somebody else.
Yeah.
Well, we had this talk, and she was lifting my soul when she was in a wheelchair and in worse shape than I was in, because I was walking around the block and I was just sad. But that night, you will not believe it, she died.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and
Oh.
I remembered that she wanted me to sing at her funeral. And I haven't sung for 3 years since my husband died. And I didn't think I could do it because I haven't sung and my voice was out of shape. But I thought, I have to tell her I'll sing.
even if I sound horrible.
No.
So I told her sister that I would sing. And then I had to come up with a song. And then I realized it was going to be not at a funeral, but it was going to be at a graveside. And so there wouldn't be a piano.
Mhm.
And then I thought, how can I do this? And I just kept praying over it and trying to figure it out. My daughter, who's a musician, she says, I know, Mom, I'll record something for you. Well, she tried to record it and my phone was too old and it wouldn't accept it. And so there I was trying to figure it out, what to do. So I finally just got a pitch off of another song and I sang it a cappella. And it was, I don't know if you've heard the song, The Window of His Love.
Yes.
But I sang that song and my voice was perfect. And I didn't even, I hadn't hardly practiced and I couldn't believe that I sang it for this dead person. And then I just cried when I got through because I realized I did what she asked me to do. And I did it when I thought I couldn't do it. And it turned out perfect. And there was so many people that said, oh my word, you sounded so good. And I couldn't
That's
believe
great,
it.
Margie. Thanks for sharing that.
I just
That's
wanted
good.
but it changed my attitude because I realized when I thought I couldn't do it and I kept trying and I kept trying.
Thank you. Thanks for
changed my
sharing.
attitude.
Thank you.
Linnell, could I share something?
Yes,
Sorry.
Vinay, I know you've been trying to get a hold of Margie too, so
Yes,
if you
we'll
wanna-
connect. We will connect. I know we
Okay.
will.
I was
So-
trying to find that person that was trying to get a hold of me when I didn't know when they were trying to get a hold of me.
No worries, Margie.
Maybe you could tell me your phone number or whatever.
Yes, for sure. I don't hold nothing against you, girlfriend. It's all good. We're gonna connect. No worries.
Okay, good.
So I just wanted to share something real quick. So I just started a new job and I'm really happy with the position and everything. But it's like, I feel, this is my perception, okay? It's not true, but this is my perception. I feel like wherever I go somewhere new, I have someone hating on me or questioning me or judging me, okay? Because that's the story of my life. That's how I feel of experiences, right? Life gives us experience. And I remember 2 years ago, I saw a video of a wise man talking about how if you ask any parent, why do you love your child? What would be the first thing that will come out of a parent's mouth? I love them unconditionally, right? I love them because they're my children. They don't say, oh, because, you know, they're wearing a cute outfit today or they have a cap or they're so adorable today. I think I love them more. No, a parent says, I love them unconditionally. Well, why is that? Because they're mine. They're mine. They came out of me. And so I remember coming home from work and I was just crying. I was telling my husband, they hate me and all of these stories that I was saying. And I was just beating myself up and I know better. I mean, I'm doing rapid eye. You know, I practice it every day. Why did I allow myself to go there? And then I was going back on my social media and I saw the video and I cried even more. And it was a reflection because the video says this: parents love their kids unconditionally because they're yours, right? They're my children. So we have one job, and our job is to take care of this human. Why are we beating ourselves up? Why are we questioning ourselves? Why are we playing it small? Why are we doing this? I personally tell my kids all the time, you're amazing. I love you. You're extraordinary. Go conquer the world. You could do amazing things. The world is your oyster, you know? And I help them and I guide them and I do everything for them. And they're right there along with me, pulling along. And it was a reflection for me to be like, Bene, you had one job.
Yeah.
And you didn't check up on yourself. Why are you belittling yourself? Where's the love for yourself?
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share that.
That's great.
Oh,
Can I
Linnell,
offer another perspective? Okay.
Linnell, can I tell you one last thing? You know what happened on that when I sang? You won't believe it. I sang without oxygen.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome, Margie. Thanks for
It's the first time I did it. So here I would not only sing on pitch and everything right, but I did it without oxygen.
Great, honey.
And
That's
it was just amazing.
With you.
Yes. So I
so
want to know
Bene,
what you say.
what I want to offer to you to think about
Okay.
is that I get what you're saying, that the child came from you and they're yours,
Mhm.
they're mine, but they really aren't. They
Mhm.
belong to Father in heaven or God,
Correct.
or however you do that. And
Yes.
I say that to the perspective of that is that you got it right though. Your only job is to love them. They are your little ones. You are the big one. And your only job is to love and support them. And here's the deal. It's almost a relief for a lot of parents because they believe they have to make them be perfect. They have to teach them, oh, I better teach them these things and they have to get this. And if they're not a doctor, a lawyer, or a fireman, they don't understand it, and our job is to love and support them. Period.
Yes.
That's it.
They don't
What?
have
Mhm.
to
I
be
agree with you
but what they
100%.
want to be.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's good. Go ahead and
And
shift the
sometimes you have to
picture.
sometimes you have to get out of the way so that they could figure it out, you know?
That's
And that's
right.
hard to watch, but it's true. Thank you for that, Lanelle.
Keep going, Alan. Thank you. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. There we go. That's the picture I want. So, whether your beliefs are negative most of the time or positive, the perceptions weave a fabric of your life experience together. Okay. And if you look at this, not only does it look like a figure 8 on its side, or it also looks like eyes. Okay. It's how you see. Perception is all about remembering to slow down and say, how can I see that? How can I see this relationship differently? Even if you feel like they're the bad ones and you were the good one. Okay. That's not really the point. The point is, now what? What are you going to do with your energy? What are you going to do with your thoughts? Okay. And hold them in a perception, because it's my belief. Remember the book of Gospel according to Linnell,
Uh-huh.
that all of us go in and out of mental health at different times in our life, depending on what's going on. And can you love this person or that child or that, even if they're in a mental health moment, even if you're right and they're wrong, you got to get past all that. And the old saying is, would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? Okay.
Oh,
And being able to perceive it differently inside of you, not where out there where everybody's going to know, oh, look, not pious, look how unconditionally loving that person is, but really nitty gritty inside of you. You are sending love and good energy and not being defensive and not even trying to prove to yourself that, see, I was the right one.
Then I need to
That's
parent
that's a shift in perception.
this one in that top drawer.
And what happens with that when you're able to
Huh?
do that?
Oh, okay.
Go mute yourself because you're coming through. You want to be able to direct your own energy. I always say, especially to people who read scriptures or the good book a lot, all the good books. I always say, when is it that we are going to start believing and acting on those good things? When are we going to perceive people as the divine offspring of God instead of my cranky old neighbor? Okay. When are we going to say, hey, this child might have come through my body. I had him for 18 years. You do the very best you can with the knowledge and awareness you have. And they may be going through something else. Maybe they're not the same religion you are, that you chose to be. Maybe they didn't choose the line of work that you think is acceptable. It could be a million things. But if you just go back to your original job, your job is to love and support. And besides that, maybe they're having a learning with that particular situation, and they're going to need you when they get through it. They're going to want to come home. They're going to want to go, wow, I really had a hard learning with that. Are you going to be ready? Are you going to be the one standing there with open arms? Or are you going to have a heart full of hardness and see, I told you so? Okay. that won't create what you want. Okay? Perceive it differently. Study it out differently. If you don't, it will end up not giving you the results you want. And what you do want, especially if it's your child, I always say to people, we'll prepare for when they can come home, and they find a loving, kind, understanding parent, not a hard brick wall of judgment. And
Lynelle?
that's how, yes.
I've done that with my nieces, my brother's kids. I'm not the parent, and yet I see, I've had to tell myself a lot of times that, before they got here, they chose their parents, and these are the two people that they're going to learn the most from.
Right.
And in a lot of cases, they're not understanding, or they're not where the kids would like them to be. And I can see where there's conflict and trouble. And instead of judging it and trying to get in the middle of it, I've just chosen to be, when they're with me, they know I love them no matter what.
That's it.
No matter what they tell me, I love them. And I will be there with them through whatever.
Tanya, remember that video we watched where it was Brene Brown, I think, and she's saying when somebody tells you something really hard and you don't even know what to say, just say to them, wow. I don't know fully what you're going through, but I don't even know how to react. Or I don't even have anything good advice to make, but I'm really glad you told me.
Yeah.
Just that alone will get you farther than trying to give advice, okay, or to make it better. So my goal for tonight's class is that you shift your kaleidoscope of your life just enough so that your perceptions, you can pause long enough to ask the questions, to perceive your life, anything in your life that you're having a hard thing with. Wow, I wonder what I'm learning. What was that about today? You don't even be mean to yourself. Don't even judge yourself. Perceive it. If you have to put on the positive rose-colored glasses for a minute and just tender talk yourself, do that. And then be open to the answers. It's really, when enough of us do that, we won't have any more shootings at universities. When enough of us, and the song I picked tonight, I did not know about that Charlie Kirk thing, at the University of Utah when I picked this song. It hadn't even happened yet. But now, as you listen to this song, let it teach you. Let it open your perspective to be wider and bigger. So Alan, go ahead and put that on. And please, I know it's a lot of people check out at the song, but I really want you to listen to the song. Look at the words and see what meaning they have for you. And if they can shift your perception even 1 degree, everybody in your life will benefit. So.
There's a full moon over India, and Gandhi lives again. Who's to say you have to lose for someone else to win? In the eyes of all the people, the look is much the same. For the first is just the last one when you play a deadly game. It's about time we realize it. We're all in this together. It's about time we find out it's all of us or none. It's about time we recognize it. These changes in the weather. It's about time. It's about changes, and it's about time. There's a light in the Vatican window for all the world to see, and a voice cries in the wilderness, and sometimes he speaks for me. I suppose I love him most of all when he kneels to kiss the land. With his lips upon our mother's breast, he makes his strongest stand. It's about time we start to see it. The earth is our only home. It's about time we start to face it. We can't make it here all alone. It's about time we start to listen to the voices in the wind. It's about time, it's about changes, and it's about time.
This is my favorite part.
There's a man who is my brother, I just don't know his name, but I know his home and family, because I know we feel the same. And it hurts me when he's hungry and when his children cry. I too am a father, and that little one is mine. It's about time we begin it, to turn the world around. It's about time we start to make it the dream we've always known. It's about time we start to live it, the family of man. It's about time, it's about changes, and it's about time. It's about peace, and it's about plenty, and it's about time. It's about you and me together, and it's about time.
So it's my wish and desire that you have ears to hear that song, because it's a beautiful message there about bringing us together instead of separating each other. There's a reason, some kind of reason in our country why we shoot each other so often. And often it's our children, the ones that are. I did not look away from the video that they showed when Mr. Kirk, can you mute?
If you're not, because I'll send your ass to quarantine.
Put your mute on. But my thought is that I didn't look away because I know that that's what's happening to our children in school. That's actually what's happening to them when they get shot, especially from those big assault rifles. So I want to just end tonight with a prayer for all of us, for our families, and for us, that we can connect. Perhaps if we stop the war within our own realm of influence, we can do it on the bigger level for our planet. So thank you, everyone, so much for taking this hour out of your life. It's just an hour once a week to focus on what I can do to live a more connected life. So thank you, and bless everybody for coming. Really glad to
Thank
see
you.
Thank you.
Bless you,
We
Linnell.
definitely
You're
have to-
amazing.
We definitely have to start with the man in the mirror.
Yeah. Hi, Nicole. Yeah, I'm waving at you.